I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember to show respect, make a difference, and set the bar high. Have a great day. Now back to the announcers.
Now here are today's
announcements. For lunch today, we're having hamburger on a bun, cheesy fish sandwich, barbecue meatball sub, corn on the cob, and fruit ice. Attention students attending the Washington, D.C. field trip. Your final payment is due to Hemisphere by Thursday, March 24th. You have to make your payments through hemispheretravel.com. Good luck to the band and orchestra students as they travel to Penn tonight for an ISMA contest. The 6th grade band performs in the auditorium at 5. 7th grade band performs in the auditorium at 7:05. The 8th grade band performs in the auditorium at 9:10. The 6th grade orchestra performs in the studio theater at 5. The 7th grade orchestra performs in the studio theater at 7:55. Admission to each performance is free. The following girls need physicals prior to March 24th in order to participate in track: Emily Albright, Lauren Bell, Haley Castro, Chloe Kreit, Sophia Malik, Haley Rand, Mackenzie Rubio, Mackenzie Williams, Ahaisi Enjaminea, Allison Fox, Allison Funk, Ariana Hardy, Kaylee Johnson, Grace Julian, Amandeep Kaur, Grace Lehman, Kayla Leedy, Ariel Majors, Marissa Milliam, Emma Moniz, Kaylee Murphy, Vera Nadovi, Brooke Neal, Haley Shea-Kovach, Kara Stoddard, Alex Temple, Emily Volker, and Karen Ring. Now to Taylor for the rest of the announcements.
Any student that is interested in participating in 0-hour PLTW during 4th grading period that did not sign up earlier this year should see Mr. Reiniga this week to sign up. If you have questions, see Mr. Reiniga. 7th and 8th grade boys are invited to be a part of the Schmucker track team. 7th and 8th grade boys track practice begins Monday, March 21st. Boys should meet in the gym after school. To practice, boys must have a physical, proof of insurance, and code of conduct on file in the office. Boys should dress in gym-type clothes. Monday, all rides should pick up boys on the north side of the school at 6 o'clock. Coach Meisner, Coach Sears, and Coach Holly. The Lady Spartans are going to the championship. Last night, the girls played their last game at Schmucker Middle School, defeating the Minutemen from Concord 30-20. Leading the team last night was Julie Miller with 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 points, and she went 2-2 at the free throw line. Followed closely were her teammates Kelsey Carrico with 4 rebounds and 2 steals. Abby Miller had 3 rebounds and 8 points. Delaney Sanchez had 2 rebounds and 8 points, and Antry Selton finished with 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and 6 points. The girls would like to send a huge thank you to the student section that has supported the team this week. We are hoping everyone brings the same energy to the championship game on Tuesday night. The Spartans will take on Northridge at Northside Gymnasium for the Big 11 Tournament Championship on Tuesday, March 22nd. The game will begin directly after the 7th grade championship tip-off, approximately at 6 p.m. Thanks again for the great crowd we had last night for the gold out. We hope to see you Tuesday. Go Spartans. Now for a special announcement.
Hi, Schmucker. Mrs. Spatowski here. I want to let you know that you did do a great job this week at the ball games. Tuesday was packed with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Last night was packed once again. You did a lot of great cheering. I'm really proud, especially of our 8th graders and our 8th grade team. They did a great job. And yes, they're going to be moving on Tuesday to the final game at Northside. We have permission to take a fan bus, and it is free. So here's the deal. Listen carefully, and I'll announce it today and again on Monday. I have put a sign-up sheet in the main office. If you're interested in riding the fan bus, it will leave after school. We'll probably hang out in the cafeteria a little bit. I'll be with you, do some homework, have some snacks, things like that, because it is the 8th grade game. We'll be playing second. We'll probably plan on getting there about halftime of the 7th grade game. So we don't have an exact time yet. I'm waiting on transportation, but maybe around 4:45 we'll plan to leave, 5 o'clock at the latest. As I said, it's free. We want to make sure that we sign up so we know exactly who's going. Again, that sheet is in the main office. We want to wear blue, we want to wear gold, or something with Schmucker on it. The fee for the game is the same as it is here at Schmucker. It's $2 for students. And, of course, they'll have concessions and everything just like here at Schmucker. So let's go out and support our Lady Spartans, our 8th grade team, in the Big 11 finals. And now for Mr. Michael, he has an announcement.
Good morning. I'm going to echo what Mr. Spatowski just said. I was actually at the game last night, probably, and I saw the students in the stands. I made an announcement yesterday about that, and to be honest, part of that was because I'd had some concerns raised by some adults about some of the behaviors. Yesterday, excellent job. I can't emphasize that enough. I know I was walking down, I was looking up in the stands, and I actually wasn't looking for anything in particular, but I could see some kids kind of looking at me like, oh, what's going on? It was okay. You guys did a great job, fabulous job. So thank you so much for taking care of that. I love it when you decide to take charge and do the right thing. So I also want to talk really briefly about today. So we have some activities going on in your advisory class. We're going to be doing upgrade today, upgrade on ownership, and specifically about the internet. So I want you to think about that carefully. The internet gives us really unprecedented ability to communicate with anybody, anytime, any place in the world. And so it's really interesting. I mean, when I think back when I was a kid, we had paper, we had pencil, we had telephones, we had basic things, but we didn't have, the internet as you know it today, where we were communicating with people in Europe or even just anybody at school that you wanted anytime. And so we have to kind of think about that and think about the words that we use, and that's going to be one of the foci today that you have when you're doing your discussion, is thinking about what it is that you're saying and why it is that you're saying it. And I think a lot of times we forget that the things that we say, if they're negative, can really be hurtful, and it can actually even go beyond that. Sometimes we think, well, we can say what we want, right? Because we have freedom of speech. But freedom of speech really doesn't say that. Freedom of speech says that you have the right to talk about government and respond to things that are going on, but it doesn't mean that you get to say anything that you want anytime to anybody, because the way freedom works is our freedom ends where the next person's freedoms begin, and we have to be careful not to tromp on that. But the flip side is also true. When we make great comments, that means that we have comments that stay on there forever that can lift people up. So what I'm asking is to think through what you say, when you say it, how you say it, so we can help build each other up and be positives so that we can all enjoy the entire experience we have through high school, middle school, elementary school, and all facets of life as we go on. So please, internet can be a wonderful thing. Use it well. Listen today carefully as you go through your activities. I'm going to turn it back over to the desk.
Now for another special announcement.
Gonna switch?
Hello, everybody. I'm back. We have a few questions about the fan bus already, so I want to clarify that. Yes, it's round trip. The bus will pick you up right outside the north door, which is door L. And again, I'll be there. We'll get on the bus. We'll go over together, sit as a group, cheer on our girls to hopefully a great victory. And then, yes, we get back on the bus at Northside, which is not very far away. It's very close. And they'll bring us back to Schmucker. So if you have cell phones, we'll call your parents, and they'll know what time to pick you up in the north lot. It's the north lot right where the sports store is. So, yes, it is round trip. And we'll sign up today, and we'll sign up Monday. And the bus is for Tuesday right after school. Thank you, and back to the desk.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Hey, what's up, 5-Star Life? Coach Seth here, and it's time for another 5-Star Life upgrade. This is the 7th lesson. This is the 7th week of 5-Star Life. I can't believe how fast it's gone. I am so excited because I know many of you have upgraded so many areas of your life. We started out the first week just really challenging you to upgrade you, to have the courage to look in the mirror and to upgrade who you are. And we asked the question, are you the person you want to be? So the person you were last year, is that who you want to be this year? See, it's a great time to reflect and take a step to start a new beginning. So I know a bunch of you are making strides and taking steps. Also academically, I know you're doing the grade challenge. I know some of you have radically changed your grades. You felt like, maybe you were lost or you were bored or you're too cool for school, but you stepped over into that engaged chair and you watched your grades go from really low probably to really high. Awesome job. And then of course some of you just are rock stars. You're maintaining a 3.0 or above. But we talked about this value of courage, having the strength to do what's right rather than what's popular. But then we shifted gears to talk about the value of responsibility, which is defined as taking ownership of our past choices, our current reality, and our future dreams. And today I want to wrap up this season really talking about something that is so important for your current reality and your future, and that is taking ownership and upgrading the level of ownership you have for the internet. See, the internet, we've been talking about those two words, asset and liability. See, assets do what? You know what they do. They add value. They give value. They add worth. And disability is what? They take value. They take worth away. They devalue. And so, the internet, it can be an asset, it can be a liability. I mean, and you've seen the horror stories, maybe you've experienced a little bit of it, but there's the cyberbullying that's just such a negative liability. It just hurts people, it's negative. There's people who post things negatively, and maybe somebody posts a picture of some great thing they do and people pile on negatively and make fun of them. That's horrible. There's real danger too in people that post explicit pictures of themselves, and they think it's just going to be something they send to their boyfriend or girlfriend, and then it gets spread all over the internet. See, those are horror stories, but the internet isn't all bad. It can also be used as an asset. One story that's very interesting, there's a girl who actually flew from New York to Africa, and she worked for this company as a PR manager. She handled all the communication and all those messages that go out to the world, and she flew to Africa. When she landed there, she started tweeting and sending a series of messages out, and before she got on her next connecting flight to go deeper into Africa, she sent one last post, and it said something to the fact of, landed in Africa, the smells are incredible, hope I don't get AIDS. And then she put a ... Oh yeah, I forgot, I can't get AIDS because I'm white. Well, she hit send and then jumped on the plane. And that post went viral. It went across the world, and over the next few hours, while she was just relaxing, enjoying her flight, thinking about the work she needed to do when she landed, her phone was blowing up, but she didn't get it until she landed, of course. And there were camera people. She had gotten thousands of responses. She had been fired. She had been lambasted. People piled on. It was totally negative. It ruined her life. She said in an article later on, it changed my life for the worst. It was one of the worst things I ever did. She went on to explain that she really didn't mean it in a negative connotation. She actually meant to say, a lot of people have this stereotype that, people from America can't get AIDS. It's just an Africa thing. And, of course, nobody believed her because once you post something, it's gone. It's up there forever. It changed her life. See, that is a huge liability. So please, 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 students, think twice before you post something. You never know who's going to read it, who's going to repeat it, and it could ruin your life. But the internet's also an asset. You can use it as an asset. When we're filming for these video shoots, as I do research and I get data and statistics to share with you, I do all my research online. I find the most incredible websites. I get to research and dive into things. It's a really helpful asset to me. I also see people who, really use the internet as a positive thing. I mean, we as an organization, as a nonprofit, raise money through the internet, and social media is a big part of that. See, there's some great things. I see students in 5-Star Life posting their 5-Star Life challenges. I see 5-Star Life students posting the things they're doing on a day trip. And I see other people piling on and cheering them on, saying, man, way to go, you're rocking it, you are 5-star. See, it can be such a great asset, but it can be a liability. The question is, how will you use it? Some people, use the internet as a liability. I use it as an asset as a researcher, but some people go into inappropriate websites and they become addicted to negativity and things that really are harmful to their whole life and to their future. It darkens them. I want to encourage you to drill down and think about how to use the internet. Am I using it to help people live a 5-star life and help myself live a 5-star life? Is it an asset or is it a liability? Is it hurting? Is it negative? Is it dark? Is it cold? I want to close by giving you just a few tips. First of all, the internet is a big deal. You don't ever want to give your personal information out, your cell phone, your home phone, your street address, your email address. Don't ever give that information out online. Secondly, sometimes you make connections online. You always want to keep your parents involved if you meet people that you don't know online. And if they ever ask to meet you in person, that should be a red flag, and you should immediately go to your parents and they should report that. because that's how this whole trafficking thing is taken off. That's usually where it starts. But I also want to give you just a few tips about posting things on the internet. Ask yourself 3 questions. We teach our coaches this. Ask yourself these 3 questions. Is it explicit? In other words, is it like totally just like raw, unfit for, posting? Second thing is it negative? Is it bashing? Is it, just going to degrade someone? Is it piling on? And then is it an off-limits topic? Does it talk about things that really you don't want to comment on because it might be over the edge? If so, don't post it. It's not worth your life being ruined like the girl I talked about before. Listen, I know you're going to take ownership of your internet use. You're going to use it as an asset, and it's going to thrust you to new levels. It's time for a 5-star life upgrade. Good luck.